What's up everyone, Kriddle here, and I want to focus this video mostly on the non-gamer parents and guardians of younger kids that do love video games. So I myself am a big gamer, I'm a parent, but I'm also in a lot of parenting groups like Parenting and Technology, things like that, where a lot of parents come in that don't know much about gaming, they don't know much about Twitch, they don't know much about YouTube, and they just, they want to understand more, but then the vast majority of answers that they get when they ask these questions are usually negative towards those things. They're negative towards video games, saying that your kids are going to get angry, they're going to, develop anxiety, and they're just going to have poor attitudes. And when they watch things like Twitch, there's a big group out there that says that Twitch is for adults only and not really for kids, which is absolutely incorrect information. And then YouTube as well. A lot of people are like, don't let them watch YouTube. There's nothing but bad content out there. Again, also false information. So I want to kind of point out some of the positive sides of gaming. So we just had the Video Game Awards last Thursday. I'm just now getting a chance to actually sit down and talk about it. But I want to point out something specifically, like I said, to those non-gamer parents and guardians out there that probably didn't watch the Video Game Awards, and they're just assuming it's all about video games and, button mashing and all that kind of stuff and kids yelling at each other and that. It's not about that. The video game community as a whole is much, much larger than that. And I want to point out, like I said, some big things. So without rambling on too much, let's go ahead and watch a clip from the Video Game Awards. This is actually me streaming it on Twitch using one of my VODs here, but we're just going to jump right in and take a look at it.
TGA's first ever game changer.
Starting in early 2023, significant waves of layoffs started in the games industry.
It strikes you, it hurts, right? It's like a ton of bricks.
What am I supposed to do?
Tens of thousands of gamers have been laid off at a level that is unprecedented in the industry's history.
I love this brand, I love this company. Oh my goodness, what am I going to do?
I actually started in games relatively late. Even though I've loved the industry ever since I was a little child, because there weren't games jobs around here, I stayed passionate about it and broke through in basically my late 30s. I had seen a few friends get laid off before Thanksgiving, and I said to my wife, Jess, this is unacceptable.
Hi everybody, it's Amir, and I'm here to help support you as you look for your next opportunity in video games.
I can't imagine what it must feel like for someone to have to go to their family around the holidays and say, I don't have a job, I don't know what's going to happen. I had a robust background in things like data analysis, and I said, well, I can do something with this. I started a community with one resource.
We just started putting together a list of all the job openings out there.
And over iteration after iteration, it ended up becoming a suite of several different resources. We have 2,300 coaching volunteers who've given people over 50,000 community coaching conversations for free.
He's pure pro bono, Amir.
There is no payment. He doesn't take anything back from the community.
I'm proud to say we've helped place nearly 3,000 people in jobs.
Amir
That's
is
awesome.
That's
fantastic.
Santa Claus.
If it weren't for Amir and for this community, I wouldn't have even known this job was here.
He has created this beacon of light.
That's fantastic.
Please
I love
join me
that.
in welcoming a man who has the well-being of the game developer community in his heart. On behalf of the Game Awards, I'm honored to present the first ever TGA game changer, Amir Satvat.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. No, you're breathtaking. Thank you, Jeff, and the Game Awards for this extraordinary honor. I can't help but say that I love video games with all my heart. To all game makers everywhere, you are seen and treasured, and our community will always be there to help you. Over the last 3 years, we've lost more than 34,000 jobs, a staggering amount of games experience eliminated. This has consequences. You can't make great games without great people. I'm proud of so many of you who have already joined me to make an impact, and I really have to thank everyone in our community who gave all their time and commitment to build it. As we gather here tonight for this amazing celebration, I challenge everyone to ask themselves, what more can we each do to make our industry better? I dedicate this to my grandparents in heaven and to our Game Awards watch party back home, my wife, our 3 sons, and my parents, who really devoted their lives to me and taught me that my value lies in how I treat other people. Growing up, all I ever wanted was to be a part of the video game industry. As a kid from Farmington, Connecticut, it felt a world away. Not anymore. Thank you very, very much. Thank you.
Good. Okay, so that was Amir, and as you can tell, he absolutely loves video games. He even said in there that he wanted to always be part of the video game industry, but because of where he lived, because of how he grew up, it felt like it was, way too far out of reach, and he would never be able to get there. But now he is there, and he couldn't be happier about it. And something that I want to point out specifically about this is that we have a lot of gamers out there that are like Amir. They love video games. They just want to help other people, and they want to be a part of something much bigger. But what we end up seeing, what most non-gamer parents and guardians, the people that I'm mostly focusing this video towards, what they end up seeing are the big content creators, are the big streamers and YouTubers that are making content that they don't want their kids to see. But there is good content out there for your kids to watch and be a part of. And this is just one very, very, very small example. I want to jump over here to Amir's YouTube channel, and I want to show you something here. And specifically what I want to point out is the number of subscribers he has. He only has 7,130 something subscribers. That is a very, very small amount when you are trying to compare him to a lot of other bigger content creators. Some of those content creators out there have millions of subscribers, and those are where your kids are gravitating towards. And that's because if you give your kids free reign of the internet, they're going to go where YouTube tells them to go. They're going to look at the algorithm, and the algorithm is going to point out the popular streamers, the popular content creators. It's going to point at those things, and your kids are going to go that direction. So there are 2 different types of parents from what I can tell in my view of what I've seen. So there are 2 different types of parents. One type of parent are the type that just gives their kids free reign and just says, do whatever you want to do. Here's the computer, here's your tablet, here's your phone, whatever. And then there's another type of parent that is locking down everything and not allowing their kids to literally see anything out there. So they're not able to find the big streamers or the little ones. You can't find anybody in between. You just literally, they don't see anything. So I think both of those are wrong. And I think we as parents need to come together and come in the middle and say, hey, let's go out there and find that good content. Let's find it ourselves. And then we can say, hey, here to our, little Johnny or whatever your kid is, hey, here, have this tablet. These are the channels that you can watch. These are what I am okay with you watching, and allow them to get into the video games, but in a positive way, rather than just say, hey, here's free reign. And I think that's where our problem is. We need more of those parents, especially the ones on the far side of locking everything down. We need more of those parents getting involved. We need more of them saying, hey, Video games aren't as bad as what the media makes them out to be, as what, what's popular out there. We need to make things that are less popular more popular. This, like Amir specifically, we need to highlight people like that more, which they finally did in the Video Game Awards. This is the 10th year of the Video Game Awards, and that is the first ever Game Changer Award. That should tell you something, that for 9 years, they've been focused on the popular video games. So anyway, that's something that I really, really wanted to say about the Video Game Awards. And now that that's out there, there's one more topic that I do want to go over. He's wearing plaid.
And the game of the year is...
I could do that. I could do that.
Astrobot, yes! I'm happy about that. I love seeing games that are made for everyone win.
And there you have it. The game of the year, spoiler alert, was Astrobot. It is not, something like your Call of Duty or Mortal Kombat or, all these negative games that people like to talk about and focus on. They are very popular on streaming platforms to play those kind of games, mature rated games. You have content creators that are, not necessarily kid friendly that are out there playing these games. And that's what, for some reason, parents like to focus on, is all the negative sides of it. But we're looking at Astrobot as the game of the year. This is what's voted on by gamers. It's voted on by critics. It's voted on by a lot of different types of people. And it ended up winning. This is a family game that is good for literally anyone, whether you're a gamer or non-gamer. I've played the game a bunch. I actually 100% of the game. My son is nearly 100% of the game. My girlfriend has played it a bunch. She's getting through it very slowly, but she's getting through it. We sit down as a family and we have fun playing the game together, watching the game, and just enjoying each other's time. That is something that I think that the game industry needs more of, is more people looking at the positive sides of games rather than the focusing on the negative. We have all these like Facebook groups that I'm part of, where I was talking about earlier, where somebody will say, hey, I'm thinking about getting my child some console or a computer. And then you have one or two people that are giving them suggestions of different consoles based on age, different games, all that kind of stuff. And then you have a vast majority of people come in and they're like, no, don't let your kid play video games. It's going to make them angry. It's going to cause problems in your household. It's going to cause their grades to come down, which is just untrue. I think the problem with that is not the video games. And this is going to sound directed towards some people, but it's honestly the parenting of those people. A lot of people buy video games, hand them to their kids, or give them a tablet and just give them free reign of it, and they don't in any way, shape, or form look at what their kid is doing on it, because they're like, it's video games, I don't care. And those situations are the ones that we hear about. We don't hear about the situations because they're not as popular, as I pointed out before, where people sit down and actually game with their kids. They actually get involved with what their kids are doing. You could think about it in sports or in any other activity that your kid may get into. Let's look at it at sports, because that's a good one that a lot of people like to compare it to, is, I want my kids to go outside and play more sports. And it's like, okay, where are you going to their games? Their kids want you to be involved. That's why it's better, is because, you put them into soccer or baseball or whatever, and you're sitting out there in the stands, you're cheering them on, you're rooting for them, and that makes the kid feel good. With the video games, you're basically saying, hey, go into your room, play a video game, get out of my hair, I don't want to hear it. And that's the thing that I hear most often on a lot of these different groups that I'm a part of, is, hey, I'm tired of hearing my kids screaming at the TV, or their friends talking back to them, the things that their friends are saying. And, so they buy them headphones, or they don't want to get involved because they don't like the video games. And I totally get that. You don't enjoy the games, but you should be involved in what your kid is wanting to be involved in and wanting to do. Get involved, and I promise you things will change for your child. Anyway, that's pretty much what I wanted to point out about the Video Game Awards, those two specific topics. Hopefully that helps some parents out. If it does, please, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Come ask me some questions. Go down in the comments. I do have a Discord channel. Come talk to me. I'm absolutely happy to talk to anyone about video games and point you in the right direction to help you and your kid come closer together and understand the gaming industry. We are not all bad people. We're not all people that are just playing mature rated games. I do play a few mature rated games, but we play them in as family friendly way as possible, and try to make it fun for everyone. So come on over, say hello, and hopefully I can help you out. Anyway, that's it for me, and hopefully I see you next time. Bye.